In 2026, the tire industry was hit with a reality check no premium brand wanted you to see. Independent comparison tests revealed that several low-cost motorcycle tires didn't just compete, they outperformed the big names in wet grip, load stability, and long-distance heat control. Riders on Harleys, Gold Wings, and trikes noticed the same thing. The pricey rubber wasn't delivering the premium performance it once promised. Today, we're breaking down the 5 cheap tire brands that shocked the industry and earned real respect on American pavement. And make sure you watch till the end, because number 1 may completely change what you put on your bike next. Number 5. Shinko. There comes a point in every rider's life when marketing stops impressing and only the road has a vote. That is where the truth about tire brands comes into focus. Stripped of dealership gloss, stripped of corporate slogans, and judged by nothing more than how a machine feels rolling across real American miles. Shinko enters the picture from that quiet corner of reality. A brand that was once brushed aside by riders who never bothered to test it, but a brand that slowly earned respect the only way that matters in a world built on steel and long horizons. Many older riders grew up believing that only the largest manufacturers could be trusted to carry the weight of a full-dressed touring machine or a long-haul cruiser. Tires were sacred ground, and anything priced below the familiar premium names was dismissed before the tread ever touched pavement. Over the years, though, those same riders began to see the gap between price and performance grow wider, and the newer generations of premium tires often felt built more for marketing departments than for riders who carved their stories into the interstate. That shift opened the door for brands willing to put function above flash, and Shinko became one of the strongest examples of that course correction. What sets this brand apart is an old-fashioned honesty, the kind of straightforward engineering philosophy that older American riders admire. Shinko does not chase trends. It does not plaster billboards with buzzwords or promise reinventions of physics. Its purpose is simpler and far closer to what long-term riders actually demand. A tire that stays planted, behaves predictably, holds a clean line, and gives solid confidence when the sky opens up or the pavement turns unforgiving. Those qualities matter more to seasoned touring riders than any claim of laboratory perfection or dealership polish. The brand's rise among heavyweight cruiser riders did not happen overnight. It started with riders who were tired of paying premium prices for tires that wore out faster than expected, especially under the weight of touring loads, passenger weight, or trike conversions. They tried Shinko as a temporary solution, often expecting very little. But what they experienced on back roads, state highways, and long interstate stretches challenged every assumption about what a budget tire could deliver. Grip was strong and steady. Heat management stayed predictable. Rain traction held firm in conditions where confidence matters most. Over time, those quiet successes turned into word-of-mouth recommendations, and those recommendations spread through garages, rallies, veterans groups, touring associations, and bike nights all across the country. Riders who transition to Shinko often talk about a certain grounded feeling that premium tires used to offer decades ago, before compounds became overly complex and designs became overly engineered for the sake of marketing charts. Shinko's philosophy feels closer to that earlier era, when tires were built with a focus on road manners rather than branding. You can tell this difference most clearly on rough or patched pavement, where the tire responds with a firm but controlled sense of stability. It does not wander, it does not chatter, it does not make the rider second-guess the surface. It simply holds the machine steady and lets the ride continue. For riders in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, predictability matters more than dramatic performance. Tire choices become less about impressing others and more about respecting the miles ahead. Shinko fits that mindset well, not by trying to replace premium brands, but by offering what many of those brands lost: honest value and steady performance, without marketing theatrics. It delivers a dependable balance built for riders who appreciate long, straight highways, clean corner entry, and equipment that simply works. Its strongest reputation comes from riders who maintain their machines themselves. Those who still check tread by hand and remember when touring bikes were built with straightforward integrity. Shinko reflects that tradition with a no-nonsense personality that stays consistent through its entire service life. In a world where prices climb faster than quality, Shinko proves dependable performance does not require a premium price tag. It has become a quiet favorite among riders who trust experience over advertising. Another tire brand rises from a different direction, carrying a reputation built on quiet endurance rather than quick praise. Number 4. Kenda. There is a quiet respect that forms when a piece of gear consistently performs in the moments when a rider needs stability most. It might not be the gear that grabs headlines, and it might not be the gear plastered across dealership windows, but year after year it earns trust the only way that matters, by showing up on real roads and behaving the same on mile 1 as it does on mile 5,000. Kenda built its reputation on that kind of consistency. And in a world where marketing often outweighs reality, that is exactly why many experienced riders give this brand a second look. Most riders who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s remember the days when reliability mattered far more than factory perfect styling. Back then, you chose tires based on how they felt under you, not how many awards they racked up in glossy brochures. Kenda carries that spirit forward. It earned its earliest reputation in the dirt world, where unpredictable surfaces demand durability and clear feedback. That heritage shaped a company that understands the importance of control on rough, weathered pavement. The feel of Kenda tires reflects this foundation. A calm, planted response, whether the road is smooth, cracked, patched, or slick with rain. Older riders often appreciate how a tire communicates, and communication is where Kenda quietly shines. There is nothing vague or indecisive about the way the tread meets the pavement. The feedback is direct, confident, and steady, giving riders the kind of assurance they want when maneuvering a full touring machine at low speeds or guiding a heavy cruiser through unexpected rain. Kenda does not chase the delicate precision of lightweight sport tires. Instead, it caters to the riders who value a stable footprint and steady control on the kinds of roads that make up most of America: weather-beaten highways, patched county routes, and long, straight state roads that test consistency more than edge grip. This brand appeals strongly to riders who still maintain their own machines, riders who know the feel of a properly tensioned belt or a well-lubricated chain, riders who understand why a tire's shoulder shape affects lean-in confidence and why tread depth matters in a downpour. They appreciate Kenda not because it chases trends, but because it avoids them. For the generation that still remembers the feel of long rides across interstate corridors and sweeping two-lane roads, Kenda offers a sense of familiarity. There is an understated toughness built into the company's approach. Touring riders who load their machines for long trips often find that these tires hold their composure even when carrying significant weight. Riders who ride 2-up regularly appreciate the way Kenda resists deforming or wallowing under pressure. It is not a tire that demands attention. It is a tire that fades into the background and simply does its job. That kind of reliability can feel rare today, especially when many brands emphasize aggressive marketing phrases over long-term road feel. Rain performance is another area where riders notice a difference. Kenda does not promise miracles, but its tread designs shed water cleanly and maintain predictable traction when storms blow across the highway without warning. For riders who have experienced the unmistakable feeling of a tire slipping even slightly on wet pavement, that steady sense of traction is priceless. Especially for riders in their 50s and 60s who value peace of mind, Kenda provides a level of reassurance that does not demand a premium price. Kenda tires age with a steadiness riders respect, maintaining stability as miles accumulate, and keeping lean transitions reassuring even as tread wears. They resist the uneven patterns that frustrate touring riders, holding shape better than many expect at this price point. Their appeal comes from dependable, predictable performance rather than chasing trends. In a market filled with flashy compounds and dramatic claims, Kenda stays grounded in function, earning trust from riders who have learned to recognize real value. The brand is not without quirks. Certain models run louder at sustained highway speeds. Still, for many riders, the calm handling, reliable traction, and honest, straightforward character of these tires outweigh the occasional hum and reinforce why Kenda remains a respected choice. For long-distance touring riders, that consistency matters more than marketing. Kenda holds its position on this list because it respects the values of veteran riders. It delivers reliability without demanding loyalty, it performs without boasting, and it offers a sense of stability that aligns with the way seasoned touring riders approach the open road. From there, the countdown shifts toward a brand shaped by raw durability and long-haul steadiness. If you're finding value in this breakdown, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts below. It helps us keep bringing honest, rider-focused content without the noise or hype that fills the rest of the industry. Number 3. Mitas. Strength on the open road is not always found in the flashiest brands. Sometimes it comes from a name that built its identity far from the spotlight, shaped by riders who judge equipment solely by the way it holds up against time, weather, and the relentless weight of real miles. Mitas carries that kind of silent authority. It is not a brand that shouts for attention, and it is not a brand that relies on marketing flair. Instead, it reflects a philosophy older riders respect. Build something durable, build it honestly, and let the road decide the rest. The roots of this company run deep in environments where durability is not optional. Long before its rise among American road riders, Mitas earned its place in demanding fields where equipment must withstand heat, weight, and terrain without complaint. That background forged a culture centered on toughness rather than trends. And that toughness translated cleanly when the company expanded into the world of street and touring motorcycles. Unlike many modern brands that chase rapid-fire updates and flashy claims, Mitas brings an older-school mindset. It focuses on long service life, stable handling, and structural integrity that stays consistent far deeper into the tread than riders expect. It is no surprise that many riders who transition to Mitas are those with decades of experience. They know how a tire should feel beneath a heavyweight touring machine. They know how road conditions shift across the country, from cracked desert highways to rain-soaked eastern corridors. These riders do not look for theatrics. They look for calm performance, stable corner entry, and a reassuring footprint when the load is heavy and the day is long. Mitas answers those demands with a level of structural confidence that stands out in an industry increasingly focused on soft compounds and fleeting press releases. One of the defining traits riders often mention is the sense of purpose built into each tire. There is a firmness to the carcass that communicates clearly through the machine, allowing riders to feel connected to the pavement without the unsettled vibration that budget tires sometimes create. This firmness is not harshness, it is stability, a quality especially appreciated when guiding a fully packed touring bike across long distances. At highway speeds, this stability becomes even more valuable. Riders who spend hours in the saddle know how fatiguing an unpredictable tire can be. Mitas reduces that uncertainty with a footprint that holds its shape under load and maintains its composure through changing temperatures and road surfaces. Rain behavior is another area where the brand quietly earns loyalty. While some tires offer good performance in perfect conditions and falter the moment the skies open, Mitas keeps its balance. The tread patterns manage water effectively, and the compound maintains traction even when conditions become unpredictable. For riders in their 50s and 60s who value confidence over bravado, this kind of dependable wet performance carries real weight. It reduces tension in the shoulders, steadies the hands, and allows long-distance rides to continue without hesitation. Longevity is where Mitas separates itself most clearly from competitors. Riders used to premium touring tires often find themselves surprised at how slowly these tires wear, especially under machines that place significant weight on the rear wheel. Many modern options flatten quickly after extended highway use, but Mitas holds its profile deeper into its lifespan. This characteristic makes it appealing for touring riders who track their miles carefully and plan long trips across states. The brand is not concerned with chasing the softest or stickiest feel. It is focused on delivering a tire that behaves consistently from its first mile to its last. Mitas is not the quietest or softest tire, and its firmness can feel heavier to riders who prefer a plush ride. Yet many appreciate the stability, clear feedback, and wobble resistance that firmness provides. As skepticism toward inflated premium prices grows, Mitas stands out for real-world value and trust earned through miles, not marketing, shared among riders who respect long-distance wisdom. Mitas earns its place on this list because it delivers what seasoned riders prize: endurance, predictability, and strength born from real-world use rather than glossy claims. It is a tire built for riders who measure their journeys in thousands of miles, not in weekend showings. The list moves toward a company forged through demanding conditions, earning loyalty through unwavering structure. Every rider knows it's not just the machine that matters. The right gear keeps the miles honest. You'll find it in the description. Number 2. Heidenau. Strength and certainty on the open road come from equipment that carries a rider's confidence, without demanding constant thought. And there are few tire brands that embody that mindset as clearly as Heidenau. This is a company shaped by a practical, engineering-first approach, one that places durability and composure above gimmicks or marketing noise. Riders who have spent decades crossing states understand that true reliability is not about the loudest claims, but about the quiet dependability that shows up mile after mile, year after year. Heidenau has earned its place among trusted names by adhering to that older, more disciplined philosophy. And that distinction matters deeply to riders who value predictable behavior over temporary flash. There is a recognizable character in the way these tires meet the pavement. The construction feels deliberate, built to withstand long distances, heavy loads, and the kind of changing road surfaces that define real American riding. While many brands chase softness for quick grip or chase aggressive tread designs for showroom appeal, Heidenau builds its tires around structure. That structure provides a steadiness riders appreciate in crosswinds, at highway speeds, and during long touring days, when a machine must hold its posture without wandering or pulsing beneath the chassis. For those who ride heavyweight cruisers and full touring machines, that sense of planted confidence becomes an essential part of the overall experience. Rain behavior is another area where Heidenau quietly excels. Riders who have encountered sudden storms on unfamiliar highways know how quickly conditions can turn from manageable to nerve-wracking. Heidenau tires maintain traction without drama, shedding water effectively and keeping the contact patch stable when visibility drops and road surfaces become slick. This has earned the brand a loyal following among riders who understand that real safety is not found in exaggerated claims, but in the consistency of a tire's behavior when the weather turns hostile. For seasoned riders, that kind of predictable traction means fewer surprises and greater peace of mind. The true appeal of Heidenau, however, lies in its resistance to wear under the stresses of heavy touring. A fully loaded machine, especially one carrying luggage and sometimes a passenger, can push lesser tires into early flattening or unstable shaping. Heidenau's construction resists these distortions, maintaining a uniform profile deeper into its lifespan. This matters for long-haul riders who track their mileage carefully and who cannot afford unpredictable handling halfway through a trip. The dependable wear pattern also reduces the subtle vibrations that develop in tired rubber, allowing the machine to feel calmer and more controlled on extended interstate runs. Older riders often comment on the sense of integrity built into these tires. It is not softness or pliability that stands out, but rather a sturdy backbone that communicates the road honestly without feeling harsh. This kind of tire appeals to riders who prefer direct feedback, riders who want to sense grip without guessing, and riders who value the kind of structural quality that comes from deliberate craftsmanship. Heidenau succeeds because it does not compromise its core purpose for style or trend. It maintains the discipline of a brand designed for endurance. And that discipline speaks directly to riders who understand that comfort and stability come from a dependable foundation. Heidenau resonates with experienced riders because it avoids temporary innovations and stays true to its roots. Its focus on strength, longevity, steady road manners, and consistent traction appeals to those who value authenticity and understand how a trustworthy tire shapes a long journey. Though not the quietest option, its reinforced construction creates a firm, stable ride that many riders appreciate when facing wind or uneven pavement. The slight hum at speed becomes part of the machine's character, reflecting the rugged integrity beneath the frame. This is a tire built for riders who continue putting in real miles, long after others have stopped. Heidenau earns its place on this list because it offers a blend of durability, composure, and authenticity that resonates deeply with riders who rely on experience rather than advertising. It delivers genuine stability, real-world longevity, and weather confidence that holds firm across the changing demands of American touring. The last in this lineup leads to a brand whose refinement and real-world control set it apart for seasoned riders. Number 1. Avon. There is a certain confidence that only comes from equipment that behaves exactly as a rider expects, no matter the weather, the road surface, or the weight of the machine. That kind of confidence is not born from marketing slogans or trend-chasing designs. It comes from long-term consistency, from a proven record on highways, from miles that test the limits of both machine and rider. Avon has built its reputation on delivering that steady, dependable assurance, earning the respect of riders who value predictable handling over dramatic claims and who judge every component by the way it performs on real pavement. What sets Avon apart is not a desire to dominate headlines or reinvent the tire world every few seasons. It is the company's focus on mastering the fundamentals that matter most to the long-distance rider. Grip that stays honest across changing temperatures, stability that does not fade mid-corner, and a sense of control that inspires trust even when conditions turn unpredictable. Riders who have spent years in the saddle understand how rare, truly consistent behavior can be, and they recognize that Avon has dedicated itself to providing exactly that. The standout trait most riders mention is the brand's exceptional performance in wet weather. While some tires lose their composure when rain begins to fall, Avon maintains steadiness. The tread patterns guide water away with purpose, and the compound retains traction even when the pavement becomes slick. For older riders who have encountered countless storms over decades of riding, this reliability is far more important than aggressive styling or flashy pattern cuts. It reduces tension in the shoulders, steadies the grip on the bars, and allows a rider to continue the journey with clear focus rather than apprehension. Avon also earns respect for its calm, predictable behavior on the kinds of worn, patched, and uneven roads found across the country. Many riders complain that modern tires are designed for pristine test track pavement rather than the real surfaces they encounter daily. Avon, by contrast, seems to understand the character of American roads, the grooves carved by heavy traffic, the frost-heaved stretches in northern states, the heat-flattened asphalt in southern regions. The brand's tires accommodate these imperfections with a refined stability that riders immediately feel and appreciate. Another defining quality is the way Avon tires maintain their handling characteristics as they wear. Some brands offer excellent grip during the first portion of their lifespan, but deteriorate into unpredictable performance as the tread diminishes. Avon is different. Its tires tend to retain their balanced feel deeper into their service life, postponing the handling quirks that can make older tires feel twitchy or uncertain. For touring riders who track miles carefully and plan long trips, this consistency is invaluable. It means the machine feels trustworthy, even late into a tire's life, reducing the pressure to replace rubber prematurely out of caution. Riders who choose Avon often describe a sense of refinement in the way the tire transitions from upright to leaned-in positions. The shift is smooth, deliberate, and free of sudden changes that can unsettle a heavy machine. This is especially appreciated by riders who guide fully packed touring rigs or who ride two-up, as any instability in tire behavior becomes amplified under additional weight. Avon's ability to maintain a clear, steady line through corners reinforces the feeling that the machine and rider are working together, rather than negotiating against each other. Durability also plays a role in why so many riders adopt this brand. While Avon is not always the longest-lasting tire on the market, its wear tends to be even and predictable. Riders value the fact that the tire does not usually develop erratic flat spots or uneven patches that disrupt smooth riding. Instead, it delivers a gradual, consistent decline in tread depth that allows for proper maintenance planning without guesswork. This balanced approach to longevity aligns with the needs of riders who put significant miles on their machines and prefer a tire that behaves predictably at every stage of its life. Avon does not try to dominate the industry conversation. It avoids exaggerated claims and dramatic promises, focusing instead on reliability, control, and steady real-world performance. Riders who believe true quality is proven on the highway appreciate this understated approach, which reflects an era when durability and craftsmanship mattered more than marketing gloss. The softer compound may shorten overall mileage compared to harder touring tires, but the confident wet weather grip is a trade many riders welcome. Peace of mind in rain carries real value, especially for those who have felt traction disappear at the worst moment. Avon earns the top position because it delivers consistency, respects long-distance demands, and offers dependable traction across changing conditions. It embodies balanced performance and lasting reliability mile after mile. These 5 budget tires prove that real performance comes from the road, not a premium price tag. Now, I want to hear from you. What tires are you running, and how many miles have you gotten out of them? Drop your experience in the comments. And if this breakdown helped you out, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more honest, rider-first content.